Hello Capricorn! Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Spinner Tarot by Trungles. If I can focus that. There is a website for them. It's chroniclebooks.com if you're interested. Go ahead and freeze that frame if you want to find that out. If not, then not. Supportive oracle cards are spellcasting oracle cards. They are by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. I keep messing up. Is it Flavia or Flavia? I keep messing it up. I know, I'm sure. There is a website for them. She Who Is Art. Come on now, focus, focus. There we go. So if you want to find information about them, I haven't gone to that website yet. It's like on my to-do list that once I walk away from the camera, my brain goes, and then I don't remember it. So sooner or later, I will get to that website. What do we have for Capricorn? Capricorn? Okay. Pre what? What are you preparing for? What are we preparing for, Capricorn? That's, well, you got good and bad energy going on here for you, connecting with you. The Courage card. Maybe? Okay, let me just... I feel like I'm jumping ahead by saying this. But maybe we need to dismount this horse and walk away from this situation. Let's just keep that in the back of our heads as we keep going forward. Maybe that'll make more sense, because I almost feel like, you know, we need to let somebody else take this over. Your challenge card is the Two of Wands, to make a decision and move a different direction. I feel like this is a lot. I was just going on about this with Virgo. You guys don't put in your effort just to throw it away. But I feel like we're coming to a situation where we're like realizing like this isn't going where you need it to go, and the effort isn't serving you. So it's almost like maybe we stop going this way because it's not serving us, and we choose a different direction that will give you something good. You're not being told everything. But you're giving to a situation. You're very giving to this situation. You're not being told everything. This is the challenge card in the environment, the Five of Pentacles. And it comes in... I'm an intuitive reader, so it depends how the flavors around this are kind of churning together. I'm getting you're being omitted from the truth. Or, like, you're not being told what's going on. You're not being told, like... You do this, you do a couple things here to help a situation, and you help move something forward. You're not being told what that actual goal is, or that, you know, they're not really utilizing what you're doing. It reminds me of like a mom who like makes, you know, some snacks for the people that she cares about, her kids or whoever. And she's like, here, take these, that way you have something to eat. And they're not telling her, oh, well, we're actually going to be stopping at a restaurant, and they have that already taken care of, and they're not really using that. They're giving it away to somebody else, or they're just not using it. But they don't want to make her feel bad that she did something that they're not going to use, so they don't tell her. It's almost like that. Like they're omitting the truth. In which I know it may seem like it's rude to tell somebody, oh, thank you, but we have other plans. But it's better to be honest, so that way they're like, okay, we don't need this. Thank you for making it, but we don't need this. That way they can decide, the person who made it can decide where they can apply it or what they want to do with it. Maybe there's somebody else who could use it. Also, it helps them realize, you know, if these things are already taken care of, maybe next time I'll check ahead before I do something like that, so the effort isn't wasted. Something like that. The cat is a little bit rambunctious today. Fair warning, he probably will jump into frame at some point. See, your energies, you got the Empress card, which don't get caught up in the gender, whatever gender you are, but you care, and you're putting in a lot of effort, and you are emotionally invested here, and you're very giving. I'm getting the word giving again. Very, very giving to the situation. I just don't think somebody's telling you what you're giving, where it's going, what you've given in, what you've handed in, what you've helped here, where it's actually being applied and what it's actually doing for the situation, because I don't think it's working where you think. Another analogy I'm getting for this, which is not so pretty and not uncommon, I know that too. Okay, so it's kind of like somebody who has a bad habit, and we're just going to leave it at that, and you give them something. Just for some of you, maybe it's money. Others, maybe it's food or something just nice. And they take that, and either they take that money and they get whatever they're not supposed to be doing, and they're applying it to that, or they're taking whatever you gave them, selling it or trading it for the thing that they really shouldn't be doing. It reminds me of a person I know. They got some very nice things for a holiday. It was a holiday thing, winter holiday, obviously. Or was it their birthday? I don't remember what it was. But they got a bunch of stuff, and they sold it all online. And they applied it to something that was not that good. Something they should not have been doing. We'll just leave it at that. And it's reminding me of that. I don't know how deep this goes. Because for some of you, I feel like you know what's going on. You just rather not know what's going on, if that makes sense. Like, you know what's happening, but you'd rather believe it's not. Kind of like, you know, when you know, like, something's not right over here, but you're like, I don't want to be a part of that, so I'm gonna hope for the best with that and just stay out of it. Meanwhile, you know it's not right. So I think some of you really do know what's going on. You just don't want to look at it. It's kind of like that. Because there's a contrast energy here. And I'm, again, very much an intuitive reader. I don't know if I said that in this reading today or not, or a different one. But the Chariot is not a bad card, but I'm feeling like this is full speed ahead, and this is feeling like whoever you're helping is just, they're dead set, tunnel vision on what they want, and they're heading towards it very fast. They're kind of skipping away from responsibility here with the Seven of Swords. Wherever they're going, I don't think you'd agree with it. And we'll just leave it at that. Once you realize where they're going, again, you're being held back. They're not telling you the truth, but if you knew where they were going, I don't think you'd agree with it. I don't think so. It just doesn't feel like that. And it's also a not changing situation. The situation doesn't seem to be changing. I feel like, though, if you start pulling back your support a little bit, or like maybe asking questions, do we want to ask questions or not? I don't even know if we want to ask questions here, but I feel like if you start pulling back your energy, I think this changes the dynamic for them. It might push them closer to like having to deal with what they're doing rather than just continuing on, because I'm getting like they know that this isn't right, but they're not thinking about it. It's ironic to me that the Hermit is here. I feel like they're not thinking about it, which is, I keep saying it and I'm like, but the Hermit is about like the introspection. I feel like they're saying this is what needs to happen with them. It's not happening. It needs to. It's not. That's what I keep feeling. I'm an intuitive reader. I got to remember that myself sometimes. Because the card would say that they were. I'm getting this as they're like, no, that's what's missing. This is what's missing. And they need some motivation to get to that card. That's the inspiration. They need some motivation to get there. And I feel like if maybe you figure out what's going on here, I don't know if we want to do that. I'm just like, it bothers me because I'm like, because I think you're going to figure it out at some point. And I feel like you have to disconnect from them, at least with whatever you're doing to move this forward, because I don't think you're going to like this. I feel like once you realize, I'm getting a lot of analogies. I'm thinking of another person I know. And, alright, I don't care. They wanted money. This was a long time ago. And they didn't have enough money to get what they wanted. So what they did was they pulled the heartstrings of somebody else and made them feel like, oh, we're not going to have enough money for rent. We're not going to have enough money for food this month. You think you could help us out for a little bit? And it was for a recreational vehicle. It still burns my butt. Like, when I think of it, it sickens me. It's just like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, you pull somebody's heartstrings for a toy, like, that's disgusting. It's one of my peeves in life, is just kind of like when I hear people manipulate like that person loves you and you, whatever. Moving on. Because I'm seeing something like, it feels like that here, like it's really aggravating. And I feel like this might be one of those things where you find out what they're doing and you're just like, I'm bending over backwards to help you, and that's what you're doing with this, because I'm getting that energy. Like that analogy I just gave, like that like burns me. I hate that thought. Like I hate that it happened. Like, you know what I mean? I think y'all know what I mean. And it kind of triggers me sometimes. And I'm like, this is how this feels. Like once I figure out what's going on here, I'm like, yeah, you okay? You're doing that with what I helped you with. I feel like it's gonna burn your biscuits a little bit if you know what I mean. Yeah, I know. I'll play with you after, bub. See, cat, morning, Jay. He was coming. Where are you going with this? I feel like the Six of Swords is saying it's best to just walk away. Save yourself the aggravation. Just kind of like, it is what it is. It happened what happened. Are you going to like it? See, that's the thing with the Page of Cups. This is going to be an intuitive reader. You're not going to like it, that what's going on, but you're going to be liking that you walked away from it. If you walk away from it, you'll be happier. You won't be euphoric about the situation. You're not going to be excited about the situation, but you're disconnecting from it will make you feel better that you at least stepped away from it. But you have to clearly decide that you're going to do that. It seems like it's more of a quick decision. This is one of the times in life where I feel like you can make this quick decision because you know that's not okay. When somebody takes your efforts and just kind of squanders it or whatever, or uses it for the ill gains or for the wrong way, that's one of those moments you can make a quick turn. I feel like you're empowered. That's not hard for Capricorn to go, wait a minute, I'm doing all this work and they're just using it for what? We're done. And just shut it down quickly. Kind of like, no, I'm not going to stick around just so you can use me more. I don't think so. Once you realize that, you know, and you see what's going on, I feel like that can be a hard stop. That's one of the times Earth will stop quick. Like, oh no, you're taking my effort and using it for what? No. It's going to bother you. This whole situation, it's kind of like, I'm not happy with it. It's going to be really aggravating to you for a while. It's going to sit in the back of your brain. It's going to kind of germinate. Where are we going to go with that? Trust that letting it go serves you better. I feel like that's a lot. I feel like that's a lot. Because I'm getting whatever this person's doing. When you disconnect from it, they have to sustain their own situation. I also feel like this is definitely somebody created their own karma. So whoever is doing whatever they're doing to you, that's going to turn around. You know, that's going to turn around. They're going to get their own karma. Somebody's going to treat them the way they treated you. They'll have their moment. They'll feel that out the way they need to. Cat is very vocal with the... Well, anyway. He's a little distracting today, kitty. They've got commitment to the Seven of Cups. I'm getting this as a karma thing with them. Especially with the Freedom and the Hierophant. I feel like they've set up a karma thing for them. So, like, I don't know if I need to explain this very much, but it's kind of like if you scare somebody with a spider and you're not afraid of spiders, karma isn't going to be throwing a spider at you. Karma will, like, say maybe you're afraid of, you know, bugs. So, well, I don't know, that's spider's a bug, right? You know what I mean? Something's going to come at you that would match the level of fear. Let's just say that. So that's what karma, like what they're doing to you is they're setting up karma for them. I don't know I don't know how that's gonna make you feel for the situation. I have no idea. But they're saying, oh well, they've set up a karma cycle with themselves. So what they've done to you is gonna happen to them, and they're gonna feel what it's like to be on the other side of that. I'm getting like the sooner you shut this down, the sooner you can dismount from this and it's their karma and leave it to them. I don't see anything bad for you, and you don't want to create any karma here for you. So I feel like the people watching this are going to know what that means. Like, you don't want to create a negative cycle that you have to worry about later or, you know, deal with later. Just shut it down, shut them down, and walk away. Walk away, because I feel like it has a very strong impact when you just shut it down and, like, you just leave. Because they have to wonder what you're thinking. And I feel like they know when you think what you think, it's there. Like, when you feel the way you feel, it's there. It's not a negotiable. It's like you feel like you feel. And I think they're afraid to figure out how you feel. And that'll kind of germinate in their brain too. Realize that they're setting up their own karmic cycle. You don't have to be a part of it. You can just shut it down, walk away, and be like, you know what? The world, the energy, the universe will take care of that for itself. I know that's a lot because I'm like, I feel like I'd like to see the proof about how they're going to get their just desserts. But karma's not on a timeline that is human in the sense of like, karma comes when karma's ready. So, I mean, you can't just sit back and schedule it and wait for it to happen. It'll happen when the appropriate time comes forward, when the lesson can be learned the best. So I think if I'm going to recap this real quick, the whole thing is like somebody's taking your effort and using it in a way that you're not going to approve of. Dismount from this, shut this down, the sooner the better. It may take you asking a few questions to figure out what's going on. Again, I do get that you kind of know that there's something not right there. They're like, ask the questions, figure it out, find out what's really going on. I feel like you're not going to approve. Once you figure it out, though, you're going to shut it down. You're probably going to shut it down real quick because, again, somebody using your efforts in a way that you don't approve of, that's one of the times that Earth will be like, all right, we're done. I'm just hard stop, bam, because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to keep working for you to use it against me. No. Anything else here? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.